Hey everybody, Thrifty Teresa here. I want to show you some items I recently picked up on Etsy from some fellow vintage sellers. Every once in a while I get a wild hair to go on a shopping spree on Etsy and buy some of the items that I have favorited over time. I find a lot of these things while I am researching things that I plan on selling. So for example, I had some salt and pepper shakers, and then I found these adorable salt and pepper shakers, and I favorited them, and I decided, I'm gonna buy these. They're super cute, ceramic. They're short, but they're thick, so they do hold a lot of spice. I do have them filled with salt and pepper, so I'm gonna try not to spill it all over my table here. Anyway, these are super cute with green and blue flowers. I'm slowly building a little collection of vintage items in my kitchen to make my kitchen not only functional but beautiful. I picked these up from an Etsy seller named Maddie Bow, and they were $4. And the shipping was also super reasonable. They got here fast. They're beautiful. They're so cute. And I am using these in my kitchen. I love them. So that's that. Next item I picked up here is a necklace. I got this from a vintage seller named Dust in the Winds. Winds is spelled with a Z. This is an old piece from Avon, and I'm sure I've mentioned a few hundred times that my mom was an Avon lady most of my life, so I have a very strong connection to Avon products, as things I remember from my childhood. I'm going to be honest and say this is not a piece from my childhood. I do not remember this exact piece. However, I was searching for dogwood items on Etsy and I came across this as being an Avon item, and I just thought it was beautiful. Dogwood flowers is something that I really like. You can see I've got some dogwood flower tattoos around my big Virgin Mary tattoo on my arm. Dogwood flowers have some religious symbolism with them, and you guys know I am Catholic and I love all that kind of iconography stuff. So I picked up this for myself. I don't really wear a lot of necklaces, but I think I'm probably going to wear this for a while. Hopefully the chain won't get too tangled up in my hair. That's one of the reasons I don't wear a lot of necklaces. But this is gorgeous, and I had been eyeing it for quite a long time before I finally pulled the trigger and bought it. It was $10 from Dust in the Winds shop, and the shipping was very reasonable. So this is a beautiful item, and I'm gonna keep it for myself, and I'm gonna wear it. Okay, the last item here, which you've seen here in the background this whole time, is this fish. It is chalkware plaque. You can see here on the back, it's got some flaws, and that's something I want to talk about. I'm not going to tell you who I got this from. I'm not going to mention the seller by name because I don't really want to disparage anybody. But I wanted to talk about this as a learning lesson for other people who sell on Etsy. I had multiple problems with this item, not just the item itself, but there were problems with the purchase and problems with contacting the seller and problems with the shipping, and I actually wound up opening a case on this item. I closed the case once I received the item, but I'm still not fully satisfied. I don't really plan on taking further action with the seller. It's just been kind of hard. What happened is I purchased this and I knew it had on its listing 3 to 5 days shipping time. No problem. I did not expect this to ship out right away. I read those things. I know that if not everybody can ship the next day. So, and she had in her listing that she ships within 3 to 5 days. No problem. Over 7 days pass and this item has not been marked shipped. And I sent an email via Etsy, a convo to the seller, saying, my item has not been marked shipped. Could you please let me know when you plan on shipping this? I would appreciate hearing from you. I never heard anything. Another week goes by and I still haven't heard anything. I have not received it, and I opened a case with Etsy saying, you know, the seller's not responding to my messages. I would like this item. If we cannot reach the seller, I will accept a refund. I still didn't hear anything. The fish finally showed up. It showed up Thursday night after I had already left for work, so I found it Friday. There was a couple things going on. The package was a little damaged by the post office. I could see on the packing slip that the person purchased the postage the day after I bought it, but they never marked it shipped on Etsy, and they never provided me with a tracking number. Or I went ahead and looked at the tracking and found out that, yeah, they purchased the postage on PayPal the day after I bought it, but they didn't actually ship the item for another, week. So there was a delay on their part. There was a delay by the post office because the box did show up damaged. Thankfully, this wasn't damaged too badly. This chip that's on the edge was disclosed by the seller. This being loose was not disclosed by the seller, and I'm going to chalk this up as maybe it just came off during the shipping problem since the box was damaged. But I want to point out, the seller never took a picture of the back of this item. So I never saw the back of this item until I received it. If the seller had taken off the shipping label, or the thrift store label, I still would have bought this piece, whether it had the rusting or anything on it. It's not a big deal. I can still hang it up. It's going to be fine. It's against the back of the wall. I think this is really tacky that you leave a price sticker from a thrift store on your items. If you don't have soap and water or Goo Gone or something, you know, I understand these things are hard to pick off, but pick it off as much as you can. Use a little elbow grease and a little spit and rub this, you know, this paper off. So anyway, I found that really tacky. I don't think the seller did a very good job with this transaction, and funny enough, today, Sunday morning, I get a conversation message from the seller saying, you know, I had already closed the case since I received the item, and so the seller emailed me finally via Etsy and said, oh, you know, I hope you got your item, I hope it's okay. It's like, yeah, I did get it, the box was a little damaged and stuff, you know. Thanks for getting in touch with me, but I really would have appreciated if she would have gotten in touch with me before. Because she printed out the postage via PayPal, it did have a tracking number. She could have been able to contact me through PayPal because it would have my contact information on it if she was having problems logging on to Etsy, which she said she was. Her message today said that she was having problems logging into Etsy. I guess maybe she didn't know her password or something. She could have contacted me via PayPal. Anyway, so this was just a disappointing transaction. However, I love this fish. It's gorgeous. It is so pretty. You can't really tell on the video, but it's got this great, you know, shine, like luminescence paint on it. The colors are wonderful. I'm going to use this in my bathroom. That's the reason I bought it, because it's just so cute. It's got the little thermometer on here. This is wonderful. So I am grateful that I got it. I just think there was some bad choices made by the seller. And then there's the post office, and we all know what kind of drama that is. So anyway, overall, these were my retail therapy items. This one gave me a little bit of grief, but I'm over it now because she's so cute, and she's going to go straight on my bathroom wall. So that's what I got, everybody. Maybe somebody's learned a little lesson by watching the video. I do encourage you to buy on Etsy. I encourage you to support your other vintage sellers or the handmade community that's out there. There's so much great stuff on Etsy. I'm going to be doing a lot of my Christmas shopping on Etsy, and it's just a wonderful place. So these are the things that I bought recently. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll talk to you guys again later. Bye!